In this video, I'll show you how I grew broad shoulders in under 2 years with some simple exercises. I went from looking like my shoulders were borrowed from a broomstick to having shoulders like a Spartan warrior. I'll show you exactly what I did to grow broader shoulders that will have girls literally coming up to you and complimenting them. No need to waste time. Let's get straight into the video. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to break down the muscles that we'll be working on in order to achieve bigger, broader shoulders. So first, we have front delts, which are located at the front of the shoulder, and this primarily works during shoulder flexion. Then we have middle delts, the lateral delts, and they are on the sides of your shoulders, and they primarily work during shoulder abduction, and they contribute to shoulder width. And then last, we have rear delts, and they're located on the back of your shoulders, and they primarily work during shoulder extension, and they are what helps give your shoulders that 3D balanced look. Now for the exercises, for each part of the shoulder, I'll be giving what I believe are the best 2 exercises. And then the last one, I'm going to give one that's kind of uncommon and what most people aren't really talking about on YouTube. Now, for the front delts, the first exercise we have is dumbbell shoulder press. So hold a dumbbell in each hand and sit up straight and press both dumbbells straight up over your head, then slowly bring them back down. Don't let your back arch and try to keep your core tight and press the shoulders straight up, not forward. The next exercise we have is military press. Grab the bar at shoulder height, unrack it and stand tall. Press it straight up over your head, then lower it back to your shoulders. Tips for this is that you should keep your feet flat and don't lean back. The bar should just move in a straight line. And then the last exercise we have is landmine press. Hold the end of a barbell that's anchored in a landmine base. Press it up and forward with one hand and then bring it back down to your shoulder. For this one, stand tall and keep your core tight and bring the bar in a slight arc, not just straight up. And most importantly, let your shoulders do the work and not your legs. Okay, for the middle lateral delts, the first exercise we have is dumbbell lateral raises. Hold a dumbbell in each hand by your sides. Raise your arms out to the sides until they're at shoulder height, then lower them slowly. Keep a slight bend in your elbows and don't swing your body, and lift with control so that you feel it in your shoulders and not in your traps. The next exercise we have is cable lateral raises. Stand next to a cable machine with the handle set low. Grab the handle with the hand farthest from the machine and raise your arm out to the sides until it's at shoulder level, and then lower it back down slowly. You don't want to let the weight pull your arm back too fast. You want to keep it smooth and slow so that you can really feel it on your side delts. And also you can hold on to the machine with your other hand for balance. And then last, we have lying side lateral raises. And you can do this on a flat bench or an incline. I prefer incline. Lie sideways on an incline bench with the dumbbell in your top hand. Let your arm hang down, then lift it straight up to shoulder level. Keep your elbow slightly bent and lower it back down slowly. Since you're lying down, you cannot cheat with momentum. So make sure that you're going light and you are focusing on really feeling it in your side delts and they're working the whole time. Now, finally, we have rear delts. And the first exercise we have is reverse pec deck fly. Sit facing the pad of the pec deck machine. Grab the handles with your arms straight, but not locked. Pull the handles out and back in a wide arc like you're flapping your wings backwards and squeeze your shoulder blades together. For this one, you want to keep your chest pressed into the pad and not let your body swing, and really focus on your rear delts doing the work. The next exercise we have is face pull. Attach a rope to the cable machine at about head height. Grab the ends with both hands. Pull the rope towards your face while keeping your elbows high and squeeze your shoulder blades together, then slowly return to the start. Keep your shoulders down and back and not shrug up, and you want to focus on pulling with your rear delts, not your arms. And then last, we have incline dumbbell reverse fly. Lie face down on an incline bench holding the dumbbells. Keep a slight bend in your elbows and raise your arms out to the sides until they're level with your shoulders. and then just slowly lower them back down. Try not to swing or use momentum and focus on squeezing your rear delts and keeping the movement controlled. Okay, now how to incorporate this into your weekly split. So for me, on my first push days, like out of the week, I would focus more on my front and middle delts. And then on my second push day of that same week, that is when I would focus more on my rear delts. And that might seem uncommon, as what you most likely hear people talk about is when they work on rear delts and doing some of these exercises, they do it on their pull day. But it has just worked for me to do it on my push day, so that my pull day, I just truly focus on my back and my arms, and then just leave everything in terms of like the shoulder, I guess, for the push day. As well as I would switch it out. Sometimes I wouldn't like try to do the same thing every single time. So it's like maybe one week I would be focused on certain exercises, and then the next week I'd focus on the other. I'd try to switch it out so that I wasn't in this place where I'm doing the same thing and then you kind of just get bored. Switching it up, especially with your routine, will help you so much with not being in this place of like plateauing and kind of getting bored. Another key thing is to focus more on mind-muscle connection. So instead of just like swinging your arms and just relying on so much momentum, which is what I usually see when people are doing some sort of exercise working on their shoulders, really slow down and really try to feel that burn in your shoulders. One thing, especially with lateral raises, and I used to be a victim of that as well. I used to kind of just like swing my arms and rely on momentum. But it was when I actually started to slow down and really just focus on really feeling it. That is when I saw the most amount of growth in my side delts. Another thing that helped me as well was doing some activation sets before my working sets. So I'd get a lighter weight and I would do those exercises as my first set. And then I would move on to a heavier set. And that is what has helped me to focus more on controlling the weight and seeing that growth. In 8 to 10 weeks, if you're really consistent with this, you should be able to see progress. I remember when I was starting out and I was locking in on these exercises, in like 3 months, I was able to look in the mirror and see so much progress and definition on my shoulders. So that's all it really takes for you, is just 8 to 10 weeks of locking in on this and you should see the results. Now that's how I built broad shoulders fast. But if you want to learn how to build a V-taper back that will match, check out this next video and always remember to keep going.